With everything going on with the upstart LIV Golf Series, the PGA Tour has announced that it has big plans for 2003, and it's getting more and more exciting at this point. The tournaments, which were outlined by Golf Digest last month, will be held in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Tucson, Arizona, and White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. Two of those host sites, and the Gallery Golf Club in Tucson and the Greenbrier in White Sulphur Springs, which have formerly held PGA Tour events. Cedar Ridge will serve as the Tulsa stop, and so much more. So keep on watching this video to find out all about the LIV plan for 2023. LIV Golf is planned to have all the golf players for their 2023 campaigns signed up by the start of 2023. Now this should come to fruition, the Breakaway Tour's second season, which would look considerably different to their first, and when defections from the traditional ecosystem provided a constant storyline. Also, LIV will stage 14 events next year with an increased emphasis on team competition, a schedule which included a stop at Valderrama, and this was made public by the end of November of 2022. And seeking at Doral, where the 2022 season ends, Atul Khosla, LIV's president, pointed towards a less volatile 2023. For the new signings, he said, "We're in the middle of the discussions. We're going to get it done in 2023. We also want the teams locked in by the new year. It will play itself out over the next couple of months." The speculation in Miami has further linked Patrick Cantlay, Xander Schauffele, Mito Pereira, as well as Thomas Pieters with LIV. Also, the loss of Cantlay and Schauffele will probably be seen as a blow to the PGA Tour. The only 72nd hole disaster cost Pereira this year is the US PGA Championship. Pieters would be in the mix for a place in Europe's new 2023 Ryder Cup team, a situation that any switch to the Saudi Arabia-backed tour would undermine. LIV refused to respond to individual discussions with the gold players. Important to LIV's development are broadcast deals, and as it stands, despite the appearance of countless major champions on their platform, LIV coverage is limited to its website and YouTube channel. LIV Golf is currently amid an 8-tournament invitational series with matches already being played at the Centurion Club in London, along with the Pumpkin Ridge Golf Club in Portland, Oregon. This year, the series also has tournaments in Bedminster, New Jersey, Boston, Chicago, Miami, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, Bangkok, and Thailand. The series' last event will be held at Trump National Doral in Miami from the 27th to the 30th of October. The LIV Golf rivals directly with the PGA Tour and has lured in some of the sport's biggest stars, which include Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson, and Bryson DeChambeau, and among many others. Also, the breakaway circuit's purse sizes of $25 million, along with the winner of each tournament gets around $4 million, have been enticing for many competitors. But the PGA Tour is at least trying to compete against LIV Golf by increasing purse sizes for the 2023 season. LIV has also confirmed at its event earlier that this summer at Trump National Bedminster, where it will transition to the LIV Golf League this year with around 48 players on 12-team leagues playing a 14-event schedule, to expand golf's footprint across Latin and North America, Asia, the Middle East, Australia, and Europe. We can all expect the LIV Gold League to go to golf-starved markets that once again in 2023, much like the 2022 schedule, which will feature stops near Portland, Boston, and Chicago, and also the home countries of some of its players that would point to potential stops in England, Australia, and South Africa. 5 of the 8 events this season were held in the US, with 1 each in Saudi Arabia, England, and Thailand. With its Saudi backing, expect another stop in the Kingdom, too. When these events are played is also to be determined. LIV wants nothing to do with rivaling against the NFL, that points to a late February start and September finish. The Gold League will also avoid going head-to-head with majors, and it doesn't plan to hold events the week prior either. Also, it has been said that LIV wants to steer clear of so-called heritage events like the Genesis Invitational and Arnold Palmer Invitational that makes for a tight schedule, mainly with international travel. The golf series has done well to produce a slow drip of news before events that points to a scheduled release sometime in November. With all the speculation about a potential arrangement with Fox Sports, Khosla would only consider paying a broadcaster to show LIV events. LIV thinks that the franchise model of team sport, which is particularly in the US, can be replicated. Next year, we'll introduce a team league within LIV, running alongside the individual concept. So if organizers have their way, Fireballs, Punch and Cliques, and Majestics will develop into household names. But the main question, is this a valid aspiration in what is usually an individual game? Kosla said about 45% of the people showing up here are under 45. This is about 20 years younger than your average golfer. We believe that people understand team sports. They play team sports. They can relate to being associated with a team while having a favorite player. We feel this trend can continue in golf. Kosla's tone is usually always non-confrontational. This is in stark contrast to the routine rhetoric of Greg Norman, LIV's commissioner. Kosla stated that there is nothing to read into Norman's public silence during this marquee week in LIV's year. However, it has been well noted. The main fascination for 2023 surrounds how and whether Norman's position will develop now that the disruption has been caused. In the case of the official world rankings, there is ongoing frustration within LIV. Kosla and his fellow colleagues think that LIV events should be seen worthy of OWGR status, which has yet to be granted. He didn't really provide any information on how many new golf players could potentially join the league, instead going to let the player negotiations play themselves out. Also, the main objective for these teams is to be locked by the end of this year, and each team will have a designated alternative in 2023, but only for injuries. This notable change when the league format takes form will be a quasi-transfer market where the golf players can move between teams after the team championship and also before the start of the following season. Now, with a 4-month-long break between one season's finale as well as the upcoming season's opener, a handful of trades and free agent moves could make for an exciting offseason. The LIV golf season will begin February 24th at Mayakoba with both individual and team competition similar to the inaugural season returning. LIV Golf remains in a legal battle with the PGA Tour. LIV Golf has accused the Tour of anti-competitive behavior, while the Tour is countersued, believing the LIV-backed lawsuit is a cynical effort to avoid competition and to free ride off of the Tour's investment in the development of professional golf. The golf players will rival each other for a total of $405 million in prize purses in 2023 and will have further chances to make money and to compete in the Asian Tour's International Series, where the LIV Golf League expects players to challenge in numerous events. And after all, LIV and the PIF have committed $300 million to the Asian Tour. These 12 franchise teams will be 75% owned by LIV, with the other 25% owned by principal players, including captains such as Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, Phil Mickelson, and more. These franchises will also incur new costs in 2023 from their budget teams, such as a player's annual payment, incentives, and overhead costs, which will include travel and the hiring of team staff. So all in all, there are some big changes in store for 2023, which could change the league's future. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments. If you liked today's video, then make sure to leave us a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to always be updated with the most exciting content as soon as it's uploaded. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon in another video.